Alright, take two. Let's try this again. New heating element for a second time, because after the last fix, it ran a couple weeks, it stopped heating up again. Fine. Alright, first things first, take it apart. It's very important that taking it apart is not the first thing. The first thing is unplugging it, because you don't want to get bit. Next is popping this loose. Depending on the model you have, sometimes you can just grab it like right here, put your knee down there and pull it. Sometimes you can hold it here, get that little opening right there. I found that works really well. Screwdriver probably would too. How do you like the toolbox that one of my kids get me? You can keep this one in the house for quick use. So pop it loose. Get the other side. Once you have it loose, you lift it up. You're going to need to take a couple screws out of here. This one right here. And that one in the middle on the silver. And that one right there. Once those are out, the front door will come off. Get your 3 screws out. Put them somewhere you ain't going to lose them. And get these little tabs right here. Just kind of pull it up. And you see it's starting to separate there and there. There's a little pin connection that sits into on the bottom. Just kind of pull out and up. Do not forget to remove these 2 screws. Once you have the screws out, lean it back just a little bit. You're going to reach in and you disconnect the door wire from this front right here. Once you have the door off, I'm going to come down here, take this screw out, take these screw 2 out. On the back side there might be 1 or 2 as well under here that need to come out. I did not put mine back in as it was kind of a pain to get out, and it's pretty stationary. Let's do that. It's also highly recommended to take a picture of that wiring so that you get them all back in the right place. Not just the colors. Get a good picture of the orientation of which wire goes where. Maybe take 2 or 3 just to cover your butt. So once you have that bottom support out, it's much easier to get the picture that you need. So you can just come in here like this, put your headlamp up, and click the little button. There. Look, I got a wiring picture now. That's how easy it is to cover your ass with some wiring. CYOA. Always make sure to CYOA. Alrighty then. Once you have it disconnected and out, now you take it apart. Take these couple of screws out, and then these guys come out. Your replacement should have come with ones that match the shape. They don't always match the wording, but the shape should match. Remove your new part. Don't break your new part. They are going to send you a couple of extra parts that you don't need because they don't know what washer you have. And this heating element apparently goes to multiple different styles. So like I said, you're going to match up these 2. So, not that guy. Definitely not that one. Okay, there does not look the same. Nope. This one here. Hey, look, that one matches. We got this one here. And that matches. those are what we use. Once you have all these screws out to hold the unit together, you start taking these screws out. They are different lengths. Don't mix them up. Alright, so once you have all the screws out, the top off, and these two out, the next part is to get this out. To do that, there's a couple of little pieces of tabs that are lifted up and down. You need to straighten those out to be able to pull this out. So get a pair of needle nose and flatten them back out. Alright, so like I said, grab a pair of needle nose pliers. And you need to flatten this little tab out right here. Kind of like I did right here. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. You got it? Okay. Bend it back until it's flat again. And then you can pull that out. Once they're both completely flat, they pull out very simply. Take the old one, which does not look like anything's wrong with it, but there's rainbow coloring on the coil. See it up there in the top right corner, top left where it's shimmering. New one, pure silver. And then the original one that burned out was solid black. Time to install. Once you have the new unit in place, new ones put in, inserts put in, grab your little needle nose, and you bend it up. Do that 3 more times. If when you put this back together and line it back up, it doesn't fully align, that's okay, it will. But to get these holes started and set up properly, put this one in, put this one in, and then reach into here, and you can move it around and shift it a little bit to line up the holes. Save you a lot of time. That's how you line up this set. Now for the other side, not so easy. Well, it really is. Just put it on its side, push down on it some, and you will end up lining up the holes. And you just put the screw in. When you get your 2 screws in, everything is fully reattached. You just need to put this and this back on. Well, the new ones, not the old ones. Make sure you don't mix them up. Alright, now once you have everything reassembled on the heating element housing, and it's all nice and pretty. Yeah, there you go. See it? It's all shiny, and you're able to see all these. It's very important that when you put it back in, you put it in the right direction. Because if you put this in and it's not facing the right direction, when you put this in and screw it down in, you won't be able to rotate this properly to get it to sit on top. Pay attention how it comes out when you take it out. Should have said that earlier. Get your wires reattached. Very important, refer to the picture. The picture you took a little while ago. Or look up a diagram for your model if you did not take a picture. Oh yeah, and just an FYI before my phone dies, there's a little clip right here. That seats into the rear side of that side. And this goes down in there. And up here, you got a little slot as well. Lines up, drops down in, which allows that hole to line up. Make your connections nice, snug. See if I can get some light back there. There you go. So in case you couldn't tell by the last video, my phone died and the thermal camera died. So it is now morning. Everything has had plenty of time to charge. I ran a load because these were bleached yesterday. But I want to just show the final result of the repair. If I can find a prop place for the phone. Oh, come on. Stay. Now the question is, what can it see? I can see. Cool. So let's pull this stuff out. Some pee pads and steam mop pads. Because when you have a bunch of animals, you gotta have that stuff. Alright, here we go. So, here we have the thermal camera. You see my hand? Turns out I just was wet doing waters. So you can see how cold my fingers are versus the rest of my hand. That's wild. Alright, now we're going to turn this on. We got to turn it upside down so I can hold the lock button. Hit start. In a moment. You see? We have heat. We have some heat, man. I've got the heat. Look at that heat. 150 degrees. 160. 170. I'm going to stop it before I burn it up while having the door open. I don't want it to keep running and getting hotter and have nothing in there to contain the heat. This job is complete. Have a great day. Hope you learned something. Check back in later. Learn something new. We're going to be doing the washer next.